Aren't you tired of the lying and denying, the crying, the lying and the denying? Aren't you just tired of the fact that when they tell you to jump, you find a way to ask how high? I want to talk today about the nature of a narcissist. How to say no. You just got to say no. Let's talk about it today, right here on In the Mix. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the undercurrent aspects that keep you under attack is the nature of a narcissist. And too many of us, we don't know the nature. And that's why we're always duped. We don't know the nature. So that's why we're always nurturing a narcissist. Now's the time to get victory over what keeps you under. Really is time to do that. Scripture reminds us of this, says in the last days, perilous times will come. People are going to be lovers of themselves. We're dealing with people who are sociopaths, narcissists, controllers, and manipulators. And we, to a certain degree, act as if we don't even understand what's happening to us. People have a noose around your neck because you keep hanging with who has all these hang-ups about themselves, and now they hook you with it. It is the fact that the FBI even mentions this about a narcissist, those that are manipulators, those who are controllers. They always say the word I multiple times more than they say our, than they say we, than they say us. It's all about I, but not about us. It's all about me, but not about we. It's all about mine, but not about ours. And so you've got to be focused on what it is that keeps you connected to a narcissist, or what are the behaviors that now move into a place of control and manipulation. It's a story about narcissists in Greek mythology, and in the aspect of Greek mythology, Narcissus wound up seeing how beautiful he was because he looked at his reflection. And so based upon him looking at his reflection, he wound up abandoning his significant other. And he stared at his reflection so much so that he wouldn't even eat. He wouldn't even entertain anyone else. He would not socialize. He stared at his reflection in the pool so much until he wound up dying, focused on only loving himself. There is a stark difference between loving yourself and being a lover of self. Scripture says this: to love your neighbor as you love yourself. 2 Timothy speaks to the fact that in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves. See, here's the thing. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself is not just solely about you loving you. It is an outward expression. Being a lover of self is totally inward. You're solely focused on you and not anybody else. And to a certain degree, people are paralyzed and people are crippled in their relationships because they make it solely about them versus about anybody else. How do you know that you're in the hands of a narcissist? Number one, got to be focused on this. They know how to always play the victim. They know how to always play the victim. What is that? They are wolves who play the victim as if they are little lambs. They're always crying and lying. They're always crying and denying. Nobody likes me. Nobody loves me. Everybody's against me. Everybody hates me. Nobody loves me. But here's the question. Do you love yourself? If so, then act like it. And if so, then love your neighbor to the extent that you love yourself. Got to watch out for the victim mentality, right? That's a deficit-based mentality. It is playing the game to move you into a place of control and move into a place of manipulation. They play the victim so masterfully. They're cunning with contempt. It's this type of terminology. I would never hurt a fly while they're holding a fly swatter in their hand. Oh no, I'd never do anyone like that. I'd never do anything to anybody. But the knife in their hand is dripping with blood. Right? No, they would never do anything to you, but they will deploy people against you. They will deploy people against you so that they can do their dirty work for them while they keep their hands clean. Are you seeing it? It is what Dr. King said. Their lips are dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. But I'll take it a step further. Not just interposition, nullification, but intimidation. You have to watch out for those narcissists. Here's the second thing that they're going to do. They're always going to brag on their greatness. It's always about them. It's always what they did, even if they had no responsibility with it. If their presence wasn't there, it would have never transpired. Look and see how great I am. Look and see what I have done. Not about what we have done together. And it's always, here's the thing, the people who contribute the least always have the most to say. It is being braggadocious without any form of achievement. Come on, you know those people who party every single weekend, but have nothing to show for it. What are we celebrating? You haven't achieved anything. What are you blabbing at the mouth about? You haven't achieved anything. You are a nemesis and you are a narcissist. Here's another thing that they do. They always act superior. This is how you identify it. They always are, they victimize themselves. They love to play the victim. They love to be braggadocious. Here's another thing. They always act superior. They've got their head stuck in the clouds all the time. They're better than everybody else. Here's another thing. They're holier than others. They got this holier than thou attitude. They believe that they have evolved to a certain degree that nobody else can never ascend to who it is that they are. They look down on other people. They look down on other people based upon their beliefs, based upon their level of whatever understanding that they have. And because of that, now here's what they do. They lack empathy. A narcissist, they know how to act nice outwardly, but their behavior shows that they really don't care how others feel. They're not really impacted by how others feel at all. But here's the thing. When somebody is now feeling bad, they always know how to interject. I was there too. Yep. But you know what? I'm feeling even worse because of XYZ that happened. Not only are you hobbling, but they're hobbling. And now as a result of them hobbling, they want to talk about how they're hobbling now, and they want to hobble on top of you. They're always using manipulation, and you have to be focused on individuals who are always using the word I. It's always about them. It's always this, my feelings. I feel this way. I did that. I do this. I express myself that way. It's never ours. It's never mine. Even scripture says this: we love him because he first loved us. Look at the we. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. You have to be very perceptive. They always also have validation seeking type of behavior. See, these are the type of people who can't show up and won't show up unless they're on stage. They won't show up unless they're being platformed. They won't show up unless they're getting a pat on the back. They won't show up unless they're being told how good it is that they are. They're always seeking validation. Do you like me? Do you see me? Do you hear me? Do you value me? When the question needs to be turned on them, do they value themselves? And these are the people who will stop doing the work if they stop getting the pat on the back. They will stop doing the work if you don't date them. They will stop doing the work if you won't say yes to their proposal. They will stop doing the work when it doesn't work for their benefit. Come on. You were the best thing since sliced bread until you told them no. You were the best thing since sliced bread until you told them, you know what? We're going to have to table that at this time. Let me take some thought to think about that, and I'll let you know if I consider it. No, they want the yes immediately. Why? Because they move into a place of toxic positivity. What do I mean by toxic positivity? They always want to take credit for good actions, but refuse to now take accountability for negative ones. There is no accountability in their life. Accountability is chasing them, but they're much faster. And because of it, now they move into a place of a seeking attention type of behavior, attention-seeking type of behavior. They want to create groups within groups. They want to now turn people up against you. They want to now turn people against each other so that they can always have their hands clean. I don't know what's going on around here, but folks seem to be all out of sorts. But they were the ones who threw the rock and hid their hand. Be mindful of those type of people. They throw rocks and they hide their hand. I would never do anything. I would never do that. The plausible deniability, the attention-seeking behavior, the toxic positivity, the lack of responsibility, the lack of care, the lack of empathy, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the control. Why? Because something is lacking within them. They want to get an advantage on other people simply because somebody took advantage of them. It is what happens. Hurting people hurt people. Manipulative people manipulate people. But heal people heal people. Here's what you have to do. You have to recognize the signs. And here's the thing. A leopard's not going to change his spots. Neither is the nature of a narcissist. This is who they are. This is who they have become. This is what they have become. Very few, if any at all, actually change their ways. You have to say no. Here's how you say no. You stop entertaining it. Here's how you say no. Every emergency that they castigate towards you does not become yours. Here's what you have to do. You have to ignore the ignorance. You have to create healthy boundaries. You have to stop participating and entertaining, and you have to start withdrawing. Because here's the thing. Even if you and a narcissist don't see eye to eye, and you never come together on one accord, they don't care about that. It's the fact that you entertain them. They don't care how ugly the argument got. It's the fact that you entertained the argument. It's the fact that you gave your energy, because your energy towards them says, well, I do care enough to entertain it. And so As a result of it, because you entertained it, now you become depleted. You become fed up. You become tired. It takes away your time, your energy, the ability to now cultivate creativity. And you cannot be creative in chaos. Time for you to cut it off. Time for you to let it go so that you can grow. Say no to the narcissist by creating boundaries so that you can say yes. So that you can say yes to those who are now going to bring positivity to your life. You owe it to you to do it. You owe it to you to shut the door and pour into your dream, your goal, your ideas, and your vision. I want to pour into you in my amazing Eagles Academy. It's where you experience the transformation of where it is that you're trying to go. I'm showing you how to get there from here. How do you heal from within? How do you transform your life? You do it in community. You do it around people who are now moving in the direction of where you're trying to go. You owe it to you to invest in you. And I want you to invest in you because it's time for you to close the gap between your ideas, your impact, your influence, and ultimately your income. The gap is too wide for many of us. If we could take the right steps in the right direction, in the right community, then we'll see the growth that we want to get to. No one grows in a silo. You got to grow around other people who are growing. And I want to give you the steps, the tools, the principles so that you can now execute it effortlessly, without wasting time, without wasting energy, without pulling out your hair, without feeling stressed and overwhelmed as if this is something else that's on your plate. No, greatness is calling you. I want you to answer it. You can do this. Simply go to theeaglesacademy.com. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Enroll Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Matter of fact, those of you, you can even hit me up on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, all the social sites. Just type in the DM to me, send me a DM, and just type the word SOAR. That lets me know that you want to be a part of the academy, of the community, and I'll get you all hooked up. I'll get you connected. Send me a DM on Facebook, Instagram, wherever the social sites are, at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. Send it to me directly and just type SOAR, SOAR, and let's soar together. Get your wings to win so that you can win, you can soar over and over again in an amazing community of gifted leaders who understand that a win for you is a win for us too. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Can't wait to see your face in the place. Of course, hit that thumbs up button on this video. I know that you were encouraged. I know that you were strengthened. I know that you were equipped with the tools of what to look out for when it comes to narcissism. I want you to sow into this conversation. Send a love donation right on Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries. I'm doing so much work in the community. I'm giving. I want you to give so that I can give in a greater way. Feeding the community, mentoring, serving, empowering. You can help me to do even more. Once again, on Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, on PayPal, info@eddieconnor.com, and then even on Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail.com. Hit that thumbs up button on this video. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. Follow me, of course, on all the social sites. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. You know I got to go, but I just want you to know it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know a brother got to run. So I just want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher.